So dynamic routing. First we have done the static routing. Now when we do the static routing, that means we create the routing table manually, and we make entry of each and every router, each and every network manually, and that can be a very big task if you are having a big network. So static routing is good. It is good to work with static routing. It is good, fast, but it is for a small network. So if you are having a small network, so it is good, you can use it. It is very fast, easy to manage also if it is a small network. Now but if you are having a big network where you have multiple different routers, different networks in different areas, then static routing can be a very difficult. If you are having a multiple path complex route, then it is more difficult to manage it, because you have to do it manually. Now when you do it manually, then router don't have to do anything, so it will not have a router processing power. It is not putting any load on routers. Now in other hand, we can use that dynamic routing. When dynamic routing, we use dynamic routing, what that means is that we use some protocols, we use routing protocols. For example, RIP. This is routing information protocol. We can use IGRP, we can use OSPF, EIGRP. So these protocols are used when we do the dynamic routing, and in that case the router will find a path by itself. That means this protocol is designed to create the routing table by itself. Now first we'll see how we can configure it, and it is also very easy for configuring. That means when you want to configure the router with this dynamic routing by using these protocols, so configuration is also very easy. It is not like static routing, which is very not easy to configure also, and not easy to remove also. Now here we can configure it easily, and we can remove it easily, we can manage it easily, but it has its own problems, it has its own drawbacks. That is like it put lots of load on your router, because it has to be find the way to reach the destination, so network, and for that it do the calculation, and based on that it will find the best path for the destination, and because of that it put lots of load on your router. Now there are some dynamic protocols, routing protocols, which we use in a dynamic routing. That is routing information protocol, RIP, IGRP, OSPF, EIGRP. So first we will see RIP, how we can configure RIP. We have a network here of 4 routers, where we have these networks, which is network 10, network 30, network 450, network 70, and we want to communicate between these different networks. We can assume like they are in different areas and different locations, and we have connected them through this WAN connection. So I'm not having a WAN connection here, I'm directly connecting those routers directly from the serial cable. So we can assume it like a WAN connection here, and we have used the same network IP to connect between router 1 to router 2, that is this IP 20.1, 20.2. For router 2 to router 3 we use 40.1, 40.2. For router 3 to router 4 we use 60.1, 60.2. We have used this different network IP, and I have used the simple IP here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, so that we can easily understand that they are in different networks. Now I have already configured the IP addresses on all the ports of router. Also I have configured the IP addresses on these machines also. IP address with the subnet mask, the gateway actually, gateway of that router which is connected to this network. So IP configurations are done. Now I'm going to configure the routing, and I'm going to configure the routing. First I'm going to configure RIP, RIP, that is routing information protocol. So first I will configure this router 1 for it. So I click on router 1 and go to the CLI of router 1. So here is the CLI. Now first I will check the current routing table, show IP route. Now here our router does not know, this router 1 don't know about any other network. It knows only the connected network, which is connected to its fast Ethernet port and serial port. Fast Ethernet, it is connected with the network 10, which is the LAN network, and then the other network which is connected to the serial interface to connect it to the other network, which is what, 20, to connect to other router. So only it knows these two networks, and that is what C. C means it is directly connected. So it does not know anything about other networks. Other networks which we have here is network 30, network 40, network 50, network 60, network 70. It does not know anything about these networks. Now we will configure the RIP on this router 1. Now if we configure the static routing, so in a static routing, this routing table we have to create manually. That means manually we have to add the entry for the other networks, which is 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70. So all those networks, or even we can have more, that all networks entry I have to add it manually. And no, an entry means what? Location of the network, which network I want to reach, the destination network, and the path from where I can go to the destination network. That means the first hop address or even an exit interface. So for that, what we can do, we configure it in statically, that means manually, and it's a long configuration depending on how much network you are having, depending on how much complex network you are having. Maybe you are having multiple paths to reach the destination. So all those things you have to think in your mind, and then you will configure it, and router will not do anything. Now I will use what? The protocol, which is routing protocol, and I'm going to use RIP. So RIP will find the way to reach all the other networks which is available in our design, in our organization, and that it will do automatically, and that is why we say it is dynamic routing. So the protocol, so to configure the RIP, I will go to configure mode here. Now here first I will give a command called router. The command is router. Now this command is to configure any routing protocol. So if we want to configure any routing protocol, the command is router. And if I put a question mark here, then we can see that what protocols we can configure here. We can configure the RIP, which is routing information protocol. We can configure OSPF, open shortest path first. We can configure EIGRP, which is enhanced interior gateway protocol, and we can even configure somehow BGP. Now you see here it is not showing IGRP, interior gateway routing protocol. Now why it is not showing interior gateway routing protocol is because actually we have now enhanced routing protocol, which is enhanced version of that IGRP, and that is why it is not giving me option to configure this IGRP here in this packet tracer. Now remember, the packet tracer, it only do the configuration till the CCNA level. Next level of the CCNA is CCNP, and the next level of CCNA is CCIE. So this Cisco routing, this packet tracer is to only do the practice till the CCNA level. So it is not showing all those other options also. Now if you run this command in a real router, and if you put the question mark there, then you will see all the protocols available here. You will see RIP, OSPF, EIGRP, even you see IGRP also. You will see many other more protocols also. Now because it is a virtual router, it is a virtual, so it is not giving me other options. But in real router, when you do this, you will see more options. Now I want to configure what? RIP. So first I will do command. I will mention the routing protocol which I want to configure, that is RIP. Now when I put the question mark here, it says we can press and we can enter here. There is no other option available, that means it is the command is completed and we can press enter now. Now when I press enter here, we will get into this router mode. This router mode is to configure the routing protocols. So because I am giving the name of RIP, so right now I am in the configuration of RIP protocol. So right now we are in the configuration of RIP protocol, that is routing information protocol. Now next we will configure the network. Now here in static routing, what we do, we configure all the networks which is not connected to this router. That means we are in router 1 and in the router 1 we have connected this network. These two networks are connected, 10 and 20. All the other networks are not connected. Now here in static routing, whether you are having 2 networks or 10 networks or even 100 networks, you have to manually configure all those networks here in router 1. But because we are configuring the dynamic routing, we are using the RIP protocol, then we don't need to configure all the other networks. Now what we need to configure here is the only connected network. That means we will mention only the connected network to this router, that is router 1. So router 1 has 2 connected network, which is 10 and 20. So we mention only these 2 networks. For that the command is network, and then you will mention only connected networks, that is 10 and 20. Now 1 for each line, that means for one line you will mention only one network. So let me mention first 10. Now after this, when I give question mark, it says the command is completed and you don't have to give anything else. So I can press enter. Now I mention one network, that is 10. Now I have to mention the other network which is connected to this router. So we just mention this network here. Now mentioning the network, what that means? That means actually we are saying the router, we are saying the protocol that we want to do the routing for this particular network. So when you mention this network, that means we are saying the protocol that we want to do the network routing for this network. Then this RIP, this protocol or any other protocol, right now it is RIP, it will do and it will start the routing for this particular network. So what other network we have? We have network 20. So I'm going to mention network 20 also. So what I did here, I use only one command, that is RIP, router RIP, to enter into the routing protocol. Then I mention the connected network, only connected network, and that's it. That is all. No other configuration we needed here. And you can see how easy it is when you compare to static routing. It is done, you don't have to configure anything else. Whether you are having 10 networks, 20 networks, 100 networks, you just have to mention only the connected network. Right now we have only 2 connected networks and I mention only that. Other than that, it will find automatically. Now one more thing we have in RIP, we have 2 versions of RIP. We have RIP version 1, it is the first version, it is the basic routing, it is the first protocol actually when the networking was started. So it was in version 1, but there is lots of problem in version 1. There is lots of problem. So for the solution, they release version 2. So version 2, they try to solve those problems, but still version 2 is not that good. And that is why we have other protocols. So if you want to decide that which version you want to use, now if you don't mention any version, by default it will go for version 1. And if you want to change the version, and that is you should change, because nobody uses now version 1 because it is not good, it is having very much drawbacks. So we use command version, and then we can decide which version we want. By default it goes for version 1, and if we want, then we can choose version 2 also. But remember, if you choose version 1 here, then you have to choose version 1 on all the other routers you have in your network. That means if you choose version 1 here, that means you have to choose all the version 1 on all these other routers like router 2, router 3, router 4. And if you use version 2 here in router 1, then you have to use the same version on router 2, 3 and 4. Otherwise what happened? They will not be able to communicate to each other because they are in different versions. And if they are in different versions, they will not communicate and they will not able to find the routing table. So we could decide the version, and we can decide by like this, version 1 or version 2, whether we want to use version 1 or version 2. If we want version 1, then we'll say version 1, that is default, and if we want to use version 2, then we can use version 2. So this is that's it. That is the only configuration we should do. We should do. That means we don't need to configure anything else. And the same thing we have to do it on the other all the other routers, that we have to just mention the connected network on all the other routers, and also the version if we have version 1 or 2. So I did version 1 here, so I will use version 1 for other routers also. So now I will configure router 2. Now if I check show IP route, you can see it is still not showing other networks. Now why it is not showing other networks? Because the other routers are not configured with the RIP protocol. So when we configure all the other routers with the RIP protocol, then they will know each other and they will try to communicate each other, and then they will try to find out the best path for reaching to their other network, and then they will create the routing table automatically. Okay, so what I will do now, I will configure the other router. So now I will go to router 2. Now in this router, we can see that there is 3 networks are connected, 20, 30 and 40. So 20, 30 and 40 is connected. Now the other networks are not connected here. But what we have to do here, when we use a dynamic protocol, routing protocol, then we just have to mention the connected network. We don't have to mention any other network. So I will go to config mode, router, RIP. We can decide the version first, version 1 or version 2. Then network, this is the command to mention the network. Now we have 3 networks here, 20, 30 and 40 connected. So 20, 30 and 40, and done. That's it. That is the only configuration we have for dynamic routing protocol. Now I will do configuration for other routers. So now I am going for Okay.